Warning, some viewers may find this video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello fellow viewer. Today I'm here with the long garter snake that's about to get eaten pretty soon. I would call this video fairly graphic, but I'm pretty sure you can expect that if an opossum eats a snake. Usually I'd feed George grasshoppers, and I was actually out collecting them before I found this snake. Opossums do eat snakes in the wild, but sadly I haven't really seen any videos capturing it, but the way I see George eat this snake, I found it pretty interesting. I won't drag this intro out too much or have you waiting in suspense, but if you don't want to see George absorbing nutrients, this video might not be for you. Welcome back. Garter snakes have mild venom, but it is not harmful to humans, and it definitely isn't harmful to opossums. A common fun fact is that opossums are immune to rattlesnake venom. George is about to take his first bite.
Yeah, boy.
I would say that George has a very strong grip, or just opossums in general. So when he got a hold on this snake, he's not letting go. Just like when he bit my garlic bread the other day.
What's garlic bread for you?
An eating habit that an opossum may show is that they may walk away while they have prey in their mouth. This is because there may be other predators around who try to take their food. But I'm pretty sure all of us will do the same, especially if it's a stranger trying to take our food. Around this time, George still had his tendency to circle, so him walking away didn't really help. He got a little tangled up with the snake.
Helicopter, helicopter!
George has been chomping on this snake for a while, and you might be wondering why. And the answer is that he's trying to find the head. The scales may be too tough for George to eat at this young age. The snake is basically dead at this point, or close to being dead, but George is about to end it right here. I'm telling you, it's a little graphic. It's like pulling on a hangnail, but with the snake's neck. George has become a cold-blooded killer, and quite literally, since snakes are cold-blooded. So since George found the head, and he tastes blood, he is now able to start eating the snake, or at least the insides. George has now taken off the head. It's like opening a package to something. And when you open the package to something, you take the contents out, like George is about to do here. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I thought it was pretty interesting of how George ate the snake. This was George's first time eating a snake, but times after this he would eat the whole snake. So I believe that since he was younger, and his teeth may not have been strong enough to eat the snake's skin, that he stuck to the method of getting to the easy, squishy parts on the inside. Now George is still chomping and chomping away. And that's because he's trying to find any loose piece of meat that might connect to something larger that he can pull out. And that's about to pop up here pretty soon. It does look quite graphic.
Now, I must warn you, when I was talking about it being very graphic, it's going to be very graphic. It's going to be like taking a Slim Jim out of a package. Pulling the contents out as if you're pulling the cord to a lawnmower. And if you don't want to see that, I'd advise looking away for the next 15 seconds. But if you're ready, here's the footage.
Judging by how much came out, I would assume that was most of what was inside of the snake. And since George can't really eat the scales at this age, he's most likely through with it. Although George has left the snake behind, he does come back for it eventually. George goes back to his method of chomping at the snake to see if he can find any meat. Garter snakes are known to cover themselves in a substance that may not smell nice. It certainly doesn't taste nice for predators that try to eat them, such as dogs or cats. It can make them throw up. But George didn't throw up. He just used the bathroom later and it smelled quite a bit. Right now, George is trying to find a different way inside of the snake. Just like he went through the head before, now he's going towards the center of the body, since he most likely still smells something inside. And George seems to have found an opening, which I'm going to zoom in on. I know that you can tell by now that eating a snake is quite graphic, but the next part is going to be looking like when you take a bite of a pizza and it just stretches the cheese. This went on for quite a bit of time, but I think George got annoyed by it. At this point, with all of George's gnawing and chomping and chewing, he has completely severed the snake and split it into two. I don't believe that there's much for George to eat at this point, since it looks pretty hollow inside. And this brings us to the end of the video. But thank you for watching, fellow viewer. As always, George and I appreciate the support that this channel gets. It's nice to know that there are people out there who find interest in George just as much as I do. George will be back again, but until then, stay safe and well, and may God bless you.